Hello Keep Productive Plus members, thank you very much for your patronage. This is the second video on the two videos I said I'd release whilst I'm on holiday. Well, I'm not on holiday, but they're going out whilst I'm on holiday. So if you haven't checked out the other one, it's about Evernote and Notion, about sort of conversation about bloating. This one will be about whether you need the tools that everyone talks about. Now, there is I think a productivity sort of blockade to some extent. At the moment, there are so many different tools being released. And of course, at the moment, we're expanding our use of them. Now, we always talk about the three core tools you should have, and we call those the to-do list app, the note taker, and calendar application. The next time you look at the Keep Productive logo, take a look at the three applications that we mentioned, because they're all included in the logo, because we believe, well, at least the community, the productivity community, GTD, believes there are three apps that you should really have as part of your routine that solve very unique issues to some extent. And of course you can weave those applications in, but there are loads of bolt-on experiences. And those bolt-on experiences can include time trackers, habit trackers, Pomodoro timers, Chrome extensions, and also things like project managers, and there are even more experiences that you don't even think of. And sometimes we get sold on these because we've got a productivity setup, we continually add them to it. And this is something that is just natural. It's almost like, add-ons. We tend to get sold on them because they help us a little bit further. Now, I have a few add-ons, a fair few add-ons. I have, for example, like SaneBox and a couple of other experiences. I've utilized time trackers in the past, habit trackers. But sometimes you have to ask yourself, do we actually need them? And this is the question that I want to address today. Now, of course, you need to evaluate what tools you benefit from. Now, a lot of the time, some people are pretty happy with those three core applications and can move on. But I know a lot of you guys will be sold on the concepts that all of these applications release. I think the thing that you have to sit down and evaluate is, after 3 months with a certain experience, could be a time tracker in this case, is to actually go, is this benefiting my productivity in terms of monetary outcome or time outcome? These are two factors that I normally recommend you should evaluate from if you're struggling to see value from something. Does the actual tool or use of the tool actually produce an hourly increase in your wage? For example, a time tracker, does it allow you to see where you can take email time off, or where you can spend less time with clients that are not making you as much money, or maybe that can, you're spending too much time creating, or too much time writing, or too much time consulting? Or number two, the time outcome. Are you spending too much time? Or as, for example, you could save, with a time tracker, you could save time, like an hour every week, and that can gain you money back. I think sometimes that's normally the way that I approach stuff, is monetary and time outcome. You have to ask yourself, pen and paper, after 3 months, which of these applications helps you to do that? Now, of course, we do get sold on these additional experiences, but it's important to know that not everyone uses them. If you don't necessarily see a benefit to it, stop using it. Now, I had a very similar situation a couple of months ago with a habit tracker. I was so keen on using a habit tracker when I actually realized I don't necessarily need a habit tracker. Sometimes you can see in my videos, I have an internal dialogue with myself that going, I need a habit tracker to add on, because habit trackers assist to-do list applications. But in essence, if you've developed a routine and you know your habits, then do you need a habit tracker? Is that just something that you've put inside of your head that you need? The same sort of conversation I had with time trackers. I was using a time tracker quite aggressively when I was using client work, but I didn't see value in it. And that was something that I should have noticed earlier, because I was wasting time on that application. So you don't actually have to use these applications to get talk about. The same with my Pomodoro timer experiences. Like, I sometimes use a focus timer, which is like the Bear focus timer, or Forest, or something like that, if I'm like in a week or two where I'm like, I need that focus. But with a Pomodoro timer, I barely use it. I used it a lot in university because I was getting distracted by other people, but now I don't use it as much. And you have to really evaluate whether you need that space taken up on your phone, or you're paying those subscription fees to the right people. So guys, hopefully that was something that can leave you with a little bit of a ponder in your head, whether you actually need to utilize these tools. Let me know in the comments whether you've found one or two during the talk of this video that you might want to alleviate or even introduce. I'd really love to hear. Anyway guys, thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys in a future Patreon video. Thanks very much guys. Cheers.